How's it going, Sha?
Not bad. How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. I am currently trying to uh explain to grandparents that like I'm the parent. Uh yeah, like
Uh-oh, what happened? Uh-oh.
they're
What are you doing that they don't like?
they are I feel like it's not a big deal. The kids are walking home from
Mhm.
school. They've been
Mhm.
doing so successfully. The grandparents don't want to allow the kids to walk home from their home.
Oh,
So
okay.
I'll drop the kids off at their grandparents' house to hang out.
Mhm.
Good times, love it. Then the kids will be like, "Hey, we want to go home," and I'm like, "Cool, go home."
Right.
And the grandparents are like, "We'll drop them off later, or you could come pick them up." And I'm like, "They could walk. Like the distance from your house to my house is something I'm comfortable with.
Mhm.
It's less than the distance that one of them travels already.
Mhm.
So I feel like it's cool." And they're like, "It's dangerous." I'm like, I'm not saying it's not some danger. I'm
Mhm.
saying that the level of danger I'm comfortable with.
Right.
It is uh the wild time of 2 p.m. I I'm not saying things don't happen in the afternoon. I'm just saying if there is a time that it's not going to happen, it would be at around then. You
Right.
know, there is a massive one left turn they have to make.
Mhm.
After that, the walk is a straight walk.
Right.
Unlike the other walks from and to school,
Mhm.
this one's done jointly, right?
Right. They're
Normally they
together.
walk separately, different times on their own. Here they are walking together. So if they're and like again, I do not wish this on my kids,
Mhm.
but if you are stupid enough to get kidnapped as a duo, like you've earned
As
that.
a
Like,
duo.
you know what I mean? Like, I hope it does not happen in life. Like, sincerely, no one deserves that. But if
Okay.
both of y'all get robbed in as a unit, like
Mhm.
you need to learn that lesson. Okay. Uh
Okay.
like like all four of your eyes didn't see it coming. Like, I'm sorry. And in the sunlight, you didn't see like what did you have on you that was so valuable that you were not hiding
Mhm.
amongst the four of you? I don't give
Mhm.
you expensive shit in general, so you shouldn't be a target. You should just look like a regular kid bringing home textbooks
Right.
because that's what you are.
Mhm.
So if someone saw you and decided to rob you, saw the other of you and said, "Yep, that's not a deterrent because of how big the thing is that you have on you," you need to
Mhm.
learn that lesson. I'm okay with you coming home that day without whatever it is that's on you that warranted that. "Oh, Dad, I lost my Nintendo Wii because we got robbed." You don't get a Nintendo Wii this year. You needed to learn that.
Okay.
So with that said, they don't have
Mhm.
those things on them because they've
Uh-huh.
understood these convos. So I'm okay with them making this walk,
Mhm.
but their grandparents are not. They're saying it's dangerous. We don't feel safe with it. And
Mhm.
then they use it to escalate. We don't even think they should be walking to school. And I'm like, I
Okay.
hear you, but that's not a you respectfully, not a
Right.
you decision. That's a me
Right.
decision, you know? And
Mhm.
then they're like, we don't know, you know, and like they know that like in this conversation, while she's on board, the person that disagreed and that fought the other side the most was definitely Gabby.
Mhm.
So like this is like a double down of that. And I'm like, I hear you. Again, we had this convo at home.
Mhm.
Me and the other parent, we talked
Right.
it through. We understood the potential risk. We decided this is the move.
Mhm.
And like, I don't want it to be a thing. I want my kids to keep coming here. I love when they come here. I think it's great.
Mhm.
They have a great time with y'all. They enjoy it. But when I say you can let them out, that's the same as me picking them up. Like it's the same
Right.
shit. I promise you. Like in my heart, there won't be like any malice if they trip on that walk,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and I feel comfortable that they can manage life during the like 8 to 9 blocks
Mm-hmm.
of that one like street. I think it's okay. They are not on board with that. And it got semi-tense.
Right.
And then uh I had this discussion with them while I was in my office. I went upstairs and then like Gabby's like, yo, why you and my parents fighting? I was like, just to be clear, I was smiling the whole conversation. I could not have been more relaxed because I know
Right.
I'm right. I wasn't angry at them. I appreciated their concern. Like
Uh-huh.
sincerely, I had no malice. I'm just saying, I hear you, but this is not what I want to do. My kids
Mm-hmm.
can walk home. I was like, you can ask them right now. I was like, and in fact, I even like volleyed it back to them. I was like, you know what? If they're being irresponsible, keep them. But before we make this decision, can you do
Mm-hmm.
me the favor and ask my kids, do they have their keys? If they were responsible enough to remember to bring their keys because they're not home, they should
Right.
be able to walk home.
Right.
They got their keys. I'm like,
Yeah.
yo, that's people that are planning to be in a world where they might have to let themselves in. I appreciate that. I'm with it. Let
Okay.
them
All
dudes
right.
roam. You know what I
Okay.
mean?
Mm-hmm.
So, and then this came up again because Michaela, they were in the house one day when Michaela was coming home, and Michaela came home hyped as hell because like she was walking home and it was like the end of the school year before their extended break.
Mm-hmm.
And she was mentioning that normally she walks home for the majority of the walk without her classmates because she happens to live in a different direction. But
Right.
today her crew
Mm-hmm.
that normally goes the other way went her
Mm-hmm.
way, and they stopped at the Dunkin' Donuts.
Okay.
And she was like, yeah, I hung out with them for like a couple minutes, but I didn't ask mom and dad if I can hang, so I came home.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, okay, that's dope, but just for future reference, as long as it's in a public place like that, I'm okay if you
Mm-hmm.
get a donut and like say what's up
Right.
with your people, then come home. I was like, I don't want you going to people's houses just yet.
Right.
I
Right.
don't know who lives there. I don't know adults, but like if you and all of your friends are at a McDonald's or a Wendy's or something like that, you're
Mm-hmm.
allowed to go in and buy a drink with them and chill for 10 minutes. Like I don't think that's a big deal.
Right.
Um, and that like set off fucking fireworks. Like that was fucking next level, Sha. Like,
Why? What's the problem with that?
because again, like this is like I'm already like pushing it with this walk,
Mm-hmm.
you
And
know,
now
and
you're
now
giving her
like
permission to
extra
buy a
free.
donut too?
Yo, and like to call audibles. I'm like, yeah, like I'm like, you understand, this is what I'm trying to teach her is how life functions. I'm not gonna be there for this stuff. I
Right.
need to know that when she's alone, she can handle those dynamics. And
Mm-hmm.
I was like, yo, real talk, she could do it anyway and just not tell me. Like
Exactly.
she could have done all of
Exactly.
this shit and not told me, you know? I
Yeah.
want her to like be able to talk to me. I want to be able to be like, oh, that's cool. Oh, that's probably not smart. You should try this instead. I want to know that she trusts me enough to have those convos. And I'm
Mm-hmm.
only able to do that because I'm giving a certain level of like freedom.
Mm-hmm.
And also, like, I know they're in junior high, but like she goes to high school next year. Like, I'm like, that's
How's that gonna look?
yeah, like
You gotta wait
yo, I'm not
for your
picking you up out front. Like, I
yeah.
said that from jump. I was like, I told her to apply to the best schools. I didn't
Mm-hmm.
care where they were. Some of them ain't even in the state. And on God, if she got to take a toll to get the class, my daughter will be doing that herself. Like, for real. She gonna figure out Roosevelt Island. I don't give a shit where it is. All right. She swims to school every day. That's what's up. I'm impressed. But if you think I'm driving and picking up my 14-year-old, you are out of your mind. You know? So, and it's like I have like a playful relationship with my father-in-law and kind of with my mother-in-law, but there is like we also have literally never like sparred. There's
Right.
always been like a buffer of sorts.
Mm-hmm.
They appreciate me as a whole, but I'm definitely like uh the furthest from their philosophy that they've had to deal with consistently,
Okay.
And this has been a lifelong thing for them because again, like
Right.
I
Because
grew up
you've been,
with
yeah.
George as like his best friend. So like since 13, I've been like this dude presenting really odd thoughts to their kids. And
Right.
like so I know there's moments where they're just like, yo, what the fuck? Be like, yo, this ain't what we do. And I know I'm just pushing them lines for them all the time. Like, well, why do we gotta do that? I don't gotta do that. That don't make sense. I'm just putting those thoughts into 5 of their kids and I'm doing it to their grandkids. So like I
Right.
know their heart is in the right place. And I can admit as a man, I wasn't always right on all of those. But I feel like I've overall proven that my intentions are good. And I'm right enough times that like you gotta let me rock on these.
Right.
Without it being like a beef. But yeah, that's where we're at. That's what's been going on in my house this week. Weird like tension over the freedom I give my kids.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, okay. And these are their grandkids, so
Yeah.
really kind of do the math back. They were for sure running whole households by the time they were 13, right? Like their parents were nowhere
Yeah.
to be found. They went to school and then had late night jobs by the time they were like 14.
Yo. And yeah, like all of that I'm like, yo, like I know your kids growing up. I know that my wife had a job at 14. Like she worked at McDonald's, like for her first job, I remember.
Right.
Like the whole summer after school. I'm like, she was conducting business for $1 billion corporation, my G.
Right. And you want me to pick up your granddaughter?
You want me to pick up my kid? Like, you wildin'. Like, I can't, and that's the thing, like, I can't, like, I could say, like, when I disagree, for example, with my brother-in-law, because he has his own kids, we can, like, needle each other like that. I could be, you bugging out, my G. I can't say you bugging out, my G, to my mother-in-law.
No, you cannot.
And everything in my heart wants to. Like, this is, I will say this, anybody considering a career in the creative, it might not seem like this is related to that. It is 100% related to that. As a stand-up comedian,
right,
I have lost, I've given up every single aspect of my life that requires me to report to somebody. So like, this is one of the few convos in my life where like, I'm trying to check what I say. And it's harder because I don't have the 9-to-5 training of a job manager. Like my whole life is like, I say my instinct and I'm paid for it. So like, this is the only conversation where like, I have to be like cognizant of like, yo, you can't OD with how you explain this topic. Even my parents have come like far enough along where like, they understand, oh, that's just how Gastor talks. But like, I don't want to disrespect my in-laws.
Sure.
You know? So like, I'm trying to be cognizant of that. But like, in my heart, I'm like, I could demolish this conversation right now.
No, you can't.
And I can't do that.
No, you cannot. Because this is not a conversation that you can't view it as you view all other conversations. You may have to, and I feel like I've said this to you before, you're going to have to compartmentalize. You're going to have to put people in compartments and you're going to have to adjust.
I have an opportunity shot, okay? I agree.
So that maybe this is just like the soft talking part, and you're going to have to do it at that level over and over, and it's going to drive you insane. But the minute you deviate from that, hell will surely break loose.
Yeah.
So
I'm winning the war. Like I'm winning the battle, losing the war type thing. Like I know like I can win this discussion. I know I can prove that I'm right, but the way that I would prove that I'm right would make people angry.
Right.
And
it's not even and it's not even like I can prove that I'm right, because this is not just a provable like, well, you're right and I'm wrong kind of thing. This is about ideology.
Yeah.
Basically. So it's a lot harder to be so binary with it, because you can show that you are raising, that this method will help you get to kids who are open with you and that you can trust and are learning how to maneuver in the world.
Right.
But you're never going to show that you're right in how you're raising your child. Not
Yeah.
the two people who have raised children
Yo,
that you are married to
they
and
got
best
5.
friends with one of.
And I
Yeah.
like their work. That's the thing. Like, I'm not
Right.
even
So
knocking their work. They've done good
yes.
jobs.
So you will never, in order to be right, the other person has to agree that they're wrong.
Yeah. That's
And
not
that's
gonna
not
happen.
going to happen. That's not going to happen.
Yeah, I can't knock it. It's been
Mm-mm.
interesting. Yeah, I've tried. I'm definitely like cognizant of the fact that like there's layers to this.
Yeah.
I find it fascinating. I've
Mhm.
gotten good at explaining it to my kids. You
Right.
know, like I've explained to them, I'm like, you understand that like grandma, grandpa, uh from both sides have very different views on certain things
Right.
from mom and dad. But know that the only reason we're fighting this hard is because we all love you. We
Right.
agree on 99% of things, by the way.
Right.
It's just these small variables we disagree on, and because we agree on everything else, we fight for them strongly.
Mhm.
You know, like I'm their kid. I married one of the other group's kids, so like
Right.
clearly I agree with a lot of what we've done, what they've done.
Mhm.
You know, but yes, like there's things that like we disagree on, and I still send you to their houses, by the way, right? Because I want you to be exposed to those worldviews too.
Mhm.
You know, and I want you to see that and consider it and make your own blend of all of us
Right.
as you. And I could say that to y'all. And I've told them, I was like, just to be clear, I could say all of this to you. I have no idea how to say it to them.
Mhm.
You know? So that's kind of been the fun of it. Like I've gotten mom kind of on board of it. I still don't Pop says he hears me, he doesn't hear me.
No.
And I have like he does not
Men
agree. He's like,
never
nah,
hear each other. I don't know how y'all talk to each other. You never hear. You don't hear nothing.
yo.
Just the buzzing of your head until you're like, "It's time for me to talk now?" Great. I don't hear shit.
Yo, and I have no idea how to break it to the other side. But and the other thing is that um for random, like, you know, just because of like scheduling reasons, they only see each other, the two sets of grandparents
Mhm.
only see each other at like, you know, like birthday parties for the kids.
Right. Yeah.
So uh this is an issue that I can't go to the other side for because they both
Mhm.
agree on this one thing.
Right.
So like I have no like cushion. Like I have technically 5 adults that are like, nah, we don't fuck with this. And I uh so yeah, it's been fun.
How do the
Gabby's
how do the kids feel?
and that's why I'm rocking with it. The kids are on board with what I'm doing.
Right.
They're understanding of like I haven't felt a single time in this year since we've like really loosened the reins on a lot of that stuff that they've done
Mhm.
something wrong with it.
Right.
Um I've checked in, like there's been like minor moments where I think they could have done something better, but never a thing where like I thought they did something blatantly wrong, like
Mhm.
or with bad intentions. It was just like,
Right.
oh, you probably should have done this instead. Um, but I think it's been a learning experience for both of them. I think it's improved their maturity.
Mhm.
Um, and in the case of my daughter, I actually think it's like allowed her to be fully her. Like
Mhm.
I think she's someone that is hyper independent, and I think giving her freedom like allowed her to excel in ways that like I couldn't picture. Like
Right.
she makes her own schedule. She wakes up before everybody. She has like a morning coffee with the radio on. Like she's fully her, like as a person. And I feel
Right.
like that freedom allowed for that. That she's like, I could decide when I walk to school, um, and walking back. And I think she needed that. Whereas like my son, I'm doing it because I'm trying to teach him how to be responsible. I feel like
Mhm.
she needed this to show she was responsible already, and like it's allowed her to make her own routine, which I think has been beautiful.
Yeah, that's great.
but explaining that to my grandparents, my parents, and my parent and my in-laws has been a bit of a challenge. That like, nah, but you don't get it. Like, this is how her self-expression, and that none of that matters to them. Like everything
Yeah.
sounded worse. Like, oh, so she has to wake up at 6. Like why is she waking up at 7 and you driving her? Like she's losing an hour of sleep. I'm like, no, she goes to sleep at like 9. Because she knows she wants to wake up at 6.
Right.
She made that choice.
Yeah.
She likes the
She,
hour early of quiet.
they're going to have they have a lot more adjustments on the way, because it
Yeah,
sounds like you have a very independent, I won't say headstrong, because that has a little bit of a negative connotation, but self-assured, like moving towards a self-assured kind of young lady.
yeah.
Um, and old people do not like that shit.
Yo.
Woo! Not like that. Mm-mm.
Yo. Like you talk about like
So
I need to live somewhere else. I know she's living somewhere else.
yeah, oh,
Like
absolutely. She's not going to
100%.
be stuck. Yeah, that's gonna be the in like 5 years, it's gonna be, "I'm not gonna be stuck here on this same block, old man."
Word.
You're
Like
gonna
for
be like,
real.
"What?"
It's gonna break my heart, but I know she
Yeah,
gone. Like
but
for real.
yeah, she's gone, daddy gone.
Yo.
So
Like I like real if it was like the 80s or some shit, I like she's the girl that like I would be parenting through postcards. Like, oh, this is where Michaela is, the shit. Like, that's what's up. And like but I've accepted that of her. It's still gonna freaking hurt. But
yeah,
I
yeah,
think
yeah,
that's
yeah.
beautiful. That's who she is. I'm happy that she's finding it. You know what I mean? I think that's dope. But yeah, grandparents ain't on board yet. If I figure it out, I'll keep y'all posted. I don't know how to tell them.
Yeah, all you can do, if I've read the various advice columns correctly, and I have been reading a lot of family care, child advice things, because I get through the regular advice ones and I'm like, I need more advice. And so I want to read it, I want to give it. Let's go. Let's go. More scenarios, please. Um all you can do is just like, hey, this is just kind of how it's going to be for a while. It seems to be working. The kids enjoy it while also understanding, like, they haven't done anything to decimate your trust. And so we all have to learn. We're going to have to learn to trust them at some point. You're just starting out a little bit early, showing them what they can do in order to earn that trust.
Yeah.
And then just be very calm when dealing with them, just like, I hear you, but this is what we've decided on.
No.
No, no, that is a good point, but this is what we've decided on. Yep, but this is what we've decided. You know what I mean? Like, just
Like,
try to
because
say it in different ways, because that's the only way. Like,
they were sincerely telling me, like, yo, we can't send the kids home. You got to come pick them up. And I'm like, why not? And they're like, because it's dangerous. And I'm like, you understand that, like, both of my kids are taller than both of y'all. Like,
I know, right?
what is the fear that you have?
Okay, I will say this though. Um, about them getting like robbed or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, don't be quite so blasé about it. Like, that is talking I'm like, you're talking like somebody who's been 6'1" for the past 30 years.
Yeah, it's been a minute. Real talk.
Yeah. So you're talking a very big, like, hey, B, that's just, I get it. Then that's what you guys get for not knowing how to hide your shit, blah, blah, blah. Y'all don't even have shit. Yeah, at some point, someone's just gonna maybe run up on them and just do it for their own clout, like, no matter
Okay.
what they have going on. So, like, keep that in mind.
That's
Like,
fair.
don't say to them, well, that's what you get for having your shit out. Just understand someone may run up and absolutely take whatever bullshit it is that they have that doesn't seem like it's a big deal, because to that person, it's something they don't have.
Right.
So,
Okay.
just
Listen, if
make
you
sure
want chemistry textbooks, rob my kids. That's what you're getting. Okay.
just make sure they keep their head on a swivel, because when you're out, especially when you're out with friends and you're able to kind of be of the world, you can forget. You're building your own world. You're in your own movie, and you forget the things maybe going on around you.
Yeah.
And Or if you're by yourself and you have your head down, headphones on, and you're just in like just a little bubble, you forget about what's going on. So someone can come in and
Yeah.
pop that and surprise you. And I mean, that's shit that I used to walk the streets while reading a book. Like, come on. While
I'm
reading,
asking for
walking and reading? What are we doing? So, just make sure they know how to look around and the sense if they're listening to music, keep it kind of low so that they
Yeah.
have an idea. But things like that, so that you can at least tell the grandparents, hey, they're out here, they're in the world, but I'm telling them how to be in the world and still be aware.
Yeah.
So that, but that's the only thing. Like, you were
That's
way
fair.
too blasé about them being robbed. I was like, no.
Oh, shit happens, B. Okay. I've been 5'9".
Yeah, don't hit them
since I
with a
was
shit
12. I don't know.
happens. That's like not what they want. That's not what they're gonna need.
Yeah, I had puberty early. I got to 5'9" when I was 12.
Yeah, so
And then,
you're the one everybody's been scared of. So yes, it's gonna be a little different for them for sure.
Okay, that's fair. Let's get into the news.
Okay.
Couple celebrates 57 years married despite multiple murder attempts. That's right, baby. They say what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Pennsylvania couple insists their unusual romance is proof of that, even though one tried to kill the other for real. This year, Tony and Francis Toto will celebrate 57 years of marriage. We've been blessed that we had together all these years. There was one time when we had some rough times, Tony Toto described. When Tony Toto says they had rough times, he's putting it mildly. In 1983, Tony and Francis had 4 kids in a pizza shop, but he strayed from the marriage and she found out. What happened next
I love you to death. No. Keep reading. They must say it in here somewhere. There it is. Hollywood thought so too, turning the Toto's troubles into a feature film called I Love You to Death, starring Kevin Kline, Tracy Ullman, Keanu Reeves, and River Phoenix. I saw that movie like 3 times in the theater.
That's what's up.
Yeah. Well, not everything in the movie is accurate. Frances Toto did hire teenage hitmen to help her try and kill her husband 5 times, including failed attempts to blow up his car and attack him with a baseball bat. It's a weird little movie, but it's a good movie. Anyway. No, this is fantastic. It's nice to know they're still together.
Hell yeah, that's beautiful. Oh man, I love it.
But who else would take them at this point? But yeah, that's wild.
That's beautiful. Yeah, and I feel for both people in these type of things. Like, one, who would take him, but also like the other person too. Like, how do you either or? If you're the person that someone tried to kill, or someone that tried to kill,
y'all got to be together forever,
right? Because you can't explain that to your potential dates.
Yeah, that's a hard topic to
it's gonna come up.
Cover in like date 2 or 3. Yeah, and that means that you feel that strongly. You know what I mean? I can't think of many people that I've wanted to kill.
5 times?
I certainly can't think of multiple people that I've wanted to kill a lot. You know what I mean? Have I never felt love? I don't know. But I mean,
that is strong. 5 times. 5 times. That's diesel. I respect it. You know what I mean? Maybe this is why we haven't made a shot. We haven't tried killing more people and writing books about it.
You'll probably end up killing someone in your family or trying to.
I'm
you
rooting
love them
for it
so much, right?
Yeah, I got a lot of people that care about me. Maybe they're trying to take me out.
There you go. So think of it that way. If anyone's attempting murder on you and you know them and they know you, it's just love.
There you go.
That ain't nothing but love. Oh my goodness.
Oh man, yo, somebody try to kills me, just say hire a lawyer after. An entertainment lawyer, not I want
right, yes, no, get a movie made. I mean, I Love You to Death. I don't know how many people saw it, but again, like I said, I saw it 3 times in the theaters. Also, it had Keanu Reeves and River Phoenix, and I loved both of them at the time. Yo. Also, Kevin Kline was great. He had a ridiculous Italian accent, straight up like a Mamma Mia kind of thing. It was real stupid. But it was good. Anyway.
Yo, this cast is brawling. Hell yeah.
Yeah, it was a good movie. Yeah, I think you can stream it somewhere. But it's really, I don't know why it's heartening to know that they are still together
Yeah,
because
I'm
it's
about this.
insane.
Real
But good
talk.
for them.
Me and Gabby have talked about getting divorced and remarried just to say that we've done the whole thing, you know? But like this is another level.
Yeah, no, you haven't done the whole thing until
Yeah.
you
Tried to kill each
tried to
other.
drug yeah, you tried to drug someone by putting drugs in the spaghetti sauce, and then I think you tried to get them to drink themselves to death, but the drug slowed down the blood so that it didn't send the poison or something. It was something where scientifically it was too many it slowed him down to where he just kinda slept soundly. It was and had to get his stomach pumped or some shit. Anyway.
Jesus. One night, Francis Toto put a bottle of sleeping pills in her
Mm.
husband's food, and then a hitman shot him. And
Yep,
one of the bullets is still in his head.
and he didn't bleed out because everything was slow because of the sleeping pills from the food.
That's awesome, yo.
It's a very good movie, everyone. It's a peculiar little, yeah, but I liked it a lot. Anyway.
I love this. This is magic, man. Love is everywhere, yo. In other news, McDonald's McNugget are going foul free. That's right. The Chicago-based fast food giant is introducing plant-based McNuggets next week. Germany
Oh,
will be the first market to get them. The McPlant Nuggets, made from
that's what it's
peas.
called?
I hope not, but apparently
That's
McPlant
a
Nuggets.
terrible name.
That's a terrible name. Yeah,
They could do better. I know they can do better than that.
come on, B. Step your game up.
Maybe it's because
Made
it's
from
Germany. They're not even
peas.
trying. I'm sorry, go ahead. Made from
Yo, real talk. Low key shot, I've noticed you are really adamant about like branding and names, yo. Like,
look, if we gonna do it right. We fucking around, McPlant Nugget. We know there's something zazzier out there. Come on now. You know there is.
Yo, I'm like, notice, I'm like, yo, few things set you off, but bad names. Like, like, goddamn, yo, Shaw's really about that shit. Yo, this the branding y'all chose me?
I mean, if you're trying to get me in, I don't know. I'm not that great with it. So when I see it done poorly, I'm just like, oh no.
Oh man, that's
Come
awesome.
on. Yeah.
the, the McPlant Nuggets, made from peas, corn, and wheat with tempura batter, are the second product McDonald's has co-developed with Beyond Meat, an El Segundo, California-based maker of plant-based proteins. McDonald's has been selling a McPlant burger since 2021, although its popularity has wavered. Yeah, I didn't even know they had that.
Yeah, because that name is terrible.
McDonald's said the nationwide nugget rollout to more than 1,400 restaurants in Germany follows a limited time test at 9 restaurants in Stuttgart area in August. McDonald's will also start selling the McPlant burger in Germany next week.
I mean, can you not do the do we just not want to do the McVeggie, or did we do McVeggie before and we can't use that?
Yeah, I would assume so. I feel like it should be like an adjective and like something that comes after the name. Like it should be like the Big Mac something that lets me know it's a Big Mac but vegan, you know? Or
I
like
guess. I mean,
McPlant
is
before is
that
just
what it
wild.
I mean, just there's got to be something with nuggets. And I mean, if you did it with Beyond Meat, can you do like something with Beyond, or you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, can you work that name into it? I don't
Even
know.
right,
Y'all
yeah,
got
the Big Mac Beyond. That sounds already better.
just yeah, Beyond
Beyond
Mac,
Nuggets sound way better.
something Beyond, or I don't know. I don't know. But I just feel like they have enough money to do focus groups to come up with a better name than McPlant Nuggets.
Yeah, no
Like,
way that was the best. Or I would like
yeah.
to see what was worse.
I've had someone say, "Oh, do you want a McIce water?" You know what I mean? So I know they can be on top of shit. That's why. It just feels lazy, but perhaps it's lazy because it's Germany. Maybe that's why. No offense to anyone in Germany. I just think McDonald's doesn't have respect for you. Perhaps.
And you don't have to take it, okay?
Mm-mm.
You know what I mean?
No.
Stand your ground with this plant
Yeah.
nugget. Tell them, hey,
Yeah.
listen, we ain't buying this until y'all change the name.
Right. Tell them that you want something zazzier.
Real talk. I also didn't
Yeah.
realize that Germany was this big on vegan products, that it was worth trying there first. But
Well, I mean, I do wonder why I doubt that the country is, I mean, Germany, aren't they all sausage and Wiener Schnitzel and all that kind of
right,
shit?
like that's like culturally, like everything I think of isn't vegan. That's what I'm surprised.
Right. So maybe that's why. Maybe they want to turn. You got to turn a smaller part before you turn America. Do you
Fair.
know what I mean? Like
Okay.
Germany compared to the United States of just a 48 continental. Germany's little. You know what I mean? So you
Okay.
want to like try it there before you. That's the equivalent of like trying it in Houston or something.
Right. Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
And you
So
can't
you
go
want
to where
to.
it's already done because they got better,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
Like when
So
Domino's like tried to open in Italy.
right. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah, you can't do that. That's dumb moves.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, that's why.
I get it. All right, good luck. Change the name. McPlant is terrible. Horrendous. Finally, UK thief admits. What was I gonna say? It meets. What the hell was you reading,
Yeah, you
Gastor?
still got Beyond Burger on the brain.
In the UK, a thief admits to stealing thousands of chocolate Easter eggs. That's right. A man who prosecutors said broke into the UK industrial park to steal almost 200,000 chocolate Easter eggs has pleaded guilty to the theft and criminal charges. Prosecutors said Tuesday that Joby Poole, 32, used a metal grinder to break through a gate at an industrial park in Telford, Central England on Saturday. Then used a stolen semi-truck to tow away a trailer loaded with Cadbury cream eggs and other chocolate goods worth more than £31,000 or $38,000 American. West Mercia Police tweeted on Monday. West Mercia Police tweeted on Monday that shortly after the break-in, officers stopped the vehicle, presumably perpetrating to be the Easter Bunny, haha, on a highway, and arrested a man on suspicion of theft. Prosecutors Owen Beale said Poole gave up when he realized the police were after him. Poole walked towards the police with his hands up. He was arrested and the load was recovered. He added that Poole had planned the theft and that he had previous convictions for handling stolen goods. Poole entered
Okay,
guilty pleas for the theft of the trailer.
look here, man. Why? Why did he do this?
This blew my mind. Like, I didn't know there was like a Easter egg black market. Like,
Oh my God, you don't know about. Look,
where are
I
you
was just like,
offloading this?
well, here's the thing. I was just like, oh, he stole a bunch of chocolate Easter eggs. That's weird. And then when it said it was Cadbury, I went, oh, never mind. Because the people who love Cadbury cream eggs
Yeah.
are so hardcore. They are, if they are listening right now, they are nodding along. They understand too. The minute you
Really?
said Cadbury, all the Cadbury cream egg people were like, oh, I get it. Because people fucking love those eggs. And I think maybe they changed. American Cadbury people can let me know. They might have changed the recipe or something.
Yeah.
So people are there's a particular version of the egg that people love. But this guy, absolutely, if he had gotten away with 200,000 Cadbury cream eggs, he could have sold that easy peasy, very easy, because people fucking love that. And it would have created a shortage and people would have been in the streets rioting. Like, there's already a shortage. There's been a shortage on candy for like the past 2 years. So it's not like out there like it used to be. So I remember last year and the year before people talking about like, there the Easter stuff ain't hitting like it used to. And it's not. They're not. I don't know if this is one of those like supply chain things or what it is, but there's just not candy out there like there used to be.
Yo. Yeah, I actually
So
just Googled Cadbury eggs while you were saying that. And
Mhm.
there are several supermarkets putting caps on how many Cadbury eggs you could buy this year.
What'd I tell you?
Yo, that's
People will fight
real.
you in the street.
Like they're capping
Yeah.
it at 20 eggs max at a lot of stores.
What? Wow.
Like that's real. That's a shitty like Easter egg search.
I mean, I guess so, but no one's putting those eggs out for kids to find. Let me tell you something. If you bought a bunch of Cadbury eggs and the kids gotta find them, those aren't the ones. They getting the shitty ones. You can go find that Reese's, but I ain't putting my Cadbury's out there. And let the record show, I do enjoy a Reese's egg.
Yo.
Cadbury eggs. There's something about opening it up and then the cream, and it actually looks like yolk on the inside.
Wow.
It freaks me out a little, and that's someone who uses brown eggs. I still get a little freaked out with opening a Cadbury cream egg. It's a little too rich for me.
Huh.
I do a Reese's, but I know better than to put Cadbury's out on a fucking lawn for kids to find. That's gold. That's gold. That's putting money. I'd rather put $1 out there for those kids to find. I will put 35 singles out there and let them kids find that.
If you would like to attend Shalewa's Easter egg hunt.
Oh, loose change. It's just me throwing loose change into a field.
Oh,
Go find that, kid.
All you gotta do is like, subscribe to the show, baby. If you are Apple or Spotify listener, we appreciate your ratings. 4 stars. You don't want to find the roughly $27.38 this season and throughout this garden.
It's out there for you. You just gotta look.
Straight up. You know what I mean? It's there. It comes in handy. You can buy 2 to 3 Cadbury eggs with it. Okay?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? 5 stars, you know it's gonna be a great blast. All right. Plus, when the kids are looking, the adults get to share the Cadbury eggs. You know what I mean? She's kept them on the side for us. You know what I mean? Yep. Why not? If you have any articles you want us to cover, please DM us directly on Twitter and Instagram at Silky Jumbo or at Gastor Almonte. Shout outs to Lori McDaniels for sharing articles this week. Always appreciated. With all that said, I am the admittedly kind of sad that I've never had a Cadbury egg. Gastor Almonte.
Oh, wow.
I got to make that happen. Always with the far more egg experience, Shalewa Sharpe.
It's just, if it's sweet, I'm going to try it. That's all. I mean, the least I could do.
This has been an egg-heavy episode of The War Report. Catch y'all next time. Peace.